With 2017 finally in the bag, we at JLN thought we'd take a step back and look at what happened in options-related news. In an homage to Spinal Tap, but more because I can't count, we're going to 11 instead of doing a top 10 list. We used a custom algorithm based on a variety of inputs and signals to determine this highly scientific ordering. Now, without further ado, 11. 11 goes to the crypto derivative space. This would be much higher on the list, but the options side of the Bitcoin coin is still pretty underdeveloped. Expect this to be higher on next year's list. Now at 10, we have the opening of Box's floor. A new trading floor? What? How novel. While this small floor unto itself might not seem like very much, consider the precedent it sets for other exchanges. Are there more on the way? At 9, NASDAQ is launching a VIX rival, the nation's Voldex. Now there are a few VIX alternatives out there in the graveyard, so this is a wait-and-see game. Now, the most recent non-starter was BATS's Spikes Index. Interestingly, that Spikes Index, much like NASDAQ's proposed Voldex, was calculated based upon S&P 500 ETF options rather than options on the S&P 500 index itself. In 8th, another exchange move. MIAX opened Pearl, bringing the total number of options exchanges to 15. In December, Pearl had about a 2% market share. At lucky number 7, remember the broker fee wars at the start of the year? Fidelity, TD, Charles Schwab, lots of folks got in on this. Now, for example, Fidelity and Schwab dropped their 75 cents a contract options fee to 65 cents, while also lowering commissions to $4.95. At the half dozen mark, Vela. Vela gobbled up Option City and object trading this year, continuing its expansion into a one-stop shop. Recall, Vela was the rebranding of SR Labs, which a few years prior had nabbed Wombat. At 5, the Consolidated Audit Trail, or CAT. It's been a long and contentious ride for the SEC's expansive plans for an equity and options trade data repository, but some reporting has finally begun. It won't be until 2020 that everybody required will be reporting into it, but the SROs, the first domino in the chain, started submitting data this past November after their push for a delay fell short. Keeping on the regulatory train, the industry is still dealing with nonsensical capital requirements on big bank clears of options market makers. Not good. I'd say more on this, but like the cat, this is an ongoing story and we'll be talking about it plenty more. But seriously, why don't longs and shorts offset? In the 3-hole is prop shop and market maker consolidation. DRW bought RGM this year. Interactive Brokers sold its options trading outfit, Timber Hill, to 2 Sigma. We'll throw in the Virtu KCG deal as well, because although KCG stopped making markets and options, it still does trade them. In second, how can we not mention historically low volatility? There were 79 trading days in 2017 when the VIX fell below 10. For context, there were only 44 days like that in the previous 27 years. Now, hand in hand with the history-making low volatility regime is the continued success of the short volatility trade. And anybody can get on it, what with all the VIX ETPs floating around. Finally, SIBO's mega deal. From a market share perspective, by buying BATS, SIBO parried NASDAQ's earlier purchase of the ISE, making them roughly even. But more importantly, in one fell swoop, SIBO became a major player in Europe, equities, and FX. What 2018 will hold is anybody's guess.